He came from the Florida Fish and Wildlife and was given to a buddy of ours. He was, taken from our animal raid for cruelty, and they were going to put him down, and our buddy said, no, let me, see if we can get him rehab.
Okay.
And so they took him to the vet, had to amputate his tail, did a whole bunch of antibiotic treatments, and then our buddy just said, hey, would you mind taking this lizard and fattening him up for me, because he's got a pet store to run and didn't have any space for him. So he was skin and bones initially, and we got him fattened back up, and he's doing great now.
He's gorgeous.
Yeah, he's an absolute sweetheart.
I love him.
Yeah, he had a rough first start of life, but we're rehoming him, and we're going to make sure that he goes to a real good home. And,
Yeah, I was gonna say, does he have a family?
he does not have anybody right now. There's been a couple of rescues that were interested in using him for educational purposes. He's a real sweet lizard. We do not recommend this, but he will take, food out of your hand. But we always recommend using tons of big lizards just for safety purposes. But he's very gentle when it comes to food. Except for fingerling bass. He's really, really excited about that. He'll charge them and just,
See, mine, when I gave him, what was it? Like tilapia?
Yeah.
Went crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else, I can't feed him.
Yeah.
Tilapia, I don't know what it was about. Or the finger mullet we get it from Wilcox around here.
Yeah.
And he would go ballistic over him. He's like,
So is fish part of the natural diet of them?
Yeah, so these guys, they'll eat small mammals, they'll eat eggs, they'll eat fish. I'm sure they will eat other small, amphibians and reptiles in the wild. They're an African lizard.
He's duck tame. Puppy duck tame.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yes.
And when we were first rehabbing him, when they're skinny like that and haven't been taken care of properly, you want to start out with very small meals. So we do, like scrambled egg and pieces of cut up liver and small pieces of chicken. And now that he's gotten some weight on him, we upgraded him to whole prey because they need the bone and the organs.
So what are you looking body wise? Are you looking for that crease on the side?
No, so body wise, these guys can be a little bit chunkier. Like if he was an imported animal, he'd be a little bit bigger than this. A lot of imported animals are much slimmer. In captivity, we have a tendency to overfeed these guys.
Yeah.
A lot of mammal protein will do that. So we're trying to feed him a whole lot of fish, a whole lot of chicken, a whole lot of egg. And then we'll give him some mammal protein on occasion, but it builds up a whole lot of fat wafers if you overdo it. They look really cute when they're fat and obese, but it's not healthy.
right.
So he probably needs to be about 20% heavier, and then that would be a good healthy weight for this guy. And this is just cage, honestly, it's temporary for the show. Back in the shop, we've got a 10-foot by 5-foot enclosure for him, and these guys love to dig and climb.
Where are they originally from? Africa?
They're an African lizard.
Like Tanzania or whatever,
Yeah,
right?
they Tanzania, Mozambique.
That's how you pronounce it. I could not pronounce it to save my life. I was like, I know what I mean, but God, I love him. So my dad's leaning towards yes.
So this boy is a super pastel, super yellow belly, super pastel ivory. Pretty much looks like a plain white snake. If you look in closer, you can kind of see the yellows showing through. I can put him under the light if that'll help. One of the things I love about this is that when you treat this like the agricultural livestock project that it is, you start to see the value in the way that you set up your breeding programs. So with this guy, I make sure that every one of his offspring are going to be a pastel yellow belly. That means that they're going to have bright, rich yellow colors and some really dark contrast in their darker colors against that bright yellow. I know that I want to produce beautiful, some of these bright yellow patterns and colors that you see. Well, even though he's all white, what he hides inside is the ability to produce offspring that at a minimum have to look like that. And even better if the female that I pair him with is one that I planned in advance. So understanding that I'm just simply doing a livestock project with a different kind of animal than chickens or cows or rabbits or what have you means that I can apply the fundamental principle that if you take good care of your animals, they can take good care of you. So the only advice I have for somebody that wants to do this, professionally, amateur, hobby, whatever, just take great care of your animals, because if you take perfect care of them, they have the opportunity to really shine for you. That's it. I'm Chris. I'm here with Bob's Balls. I'm at Pilgrimcasa Reptiles.com if you want to hear what I have to say. Trust me, I'm going to talk forever and run
Trust
my
me,
mouth.
you want to hear what he has to say.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming out today. It's a great show,
great
and
show.
I really, really have enjoyed the venue here. Chesapeake, Virginia. It's a new place for me. It's nice.
What is the most valuable thing about this whole community?
The most valuable thing about the community for me is actually the community itself. So there's a lot of people that want to work with animals because they hate people. I don't hate people, but when I'm working with the animals, there's no anger or frustration. There's simply, like if they didn't eat that week, guess what? They didn't eat that week because they didn't want to. Now I've got to be a good tender of my animals, but I don't ever have an argument with them. We don't have a disagreement because one of them's having a bad day. Sometimes they lash out and they bite me. They even strike at me. You know what? I'm not going to fire them for it. They're not going to quit their job. I try to take good care of them, and they take good care of me. It's leadership 101, and it's really not that hard if you understand what you're doing.
Well, thank you very much, Chris.
Yeah, my pleasure,
Words
Moses.
of wisdom.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Hey, we got Bob over here.
What's going on, guys?
Hardest thing you want to show us right now?
Oh, dang. Oh, it's tough. He's putting me on the spot. Let's show you.
You said all your expensive stuff went yesterday?
Yeah, a lot of our high-end stuff went yesterday. It was a really good show, by the way. Like, we had guys coming in dropping like $5,000 on stuff. Pretty nuts. But I just sold it. I was like, I want to show you the snake, and then I sold it. Dang it, Bob.
What was it?
Oh, let me show you this one instead. Let me show you the potential that Xanthic has that people are not looking at. Another layer of Xanthics. I mean, this is like a crisp that pattern is. It's really crisp. But now,
your biggest project?
no, not really. I mean, this is like a little side project we're working on. One of my biggest projects right now is Desert Ghost. So I'll show you guys the Desert Ghost. That's probably my favorite project right now, is Desert Ghost. Are we live or like?
No.
No.
We will be editing.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite projects, is just Desert Ghost stuff. It's just, and it ages so well, you know. But no, we had a guy come in yesterday. If I had a Desert Ghost on the table, he pretty much bought it. Other than this girl, because he had too many lessers. So he picked up 6 Desert Ghost combos yesterday, and then we had another guy pick up every single lavender project I had. So yeah, it's been pretty good.
Biggest clutch of this year?
Best clutch of the year? I'm hoping to hit Spot Nose NG Desert Ghost Clowns. Maybe with a red stripe or fire in there. We're running heads to like visual heads, so it's kind of, the odds were kind of slim on it, but you could get lucky.
Nice.
Desert Ghost Tri-Stripes, that's a pretty big project.
Oh, yeah. All right, Bob. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
man.
no problem, guys. Thank you.